so let's go to the trailer that I'm pretty much looking forward to the most, which is Suicide Squad. Now, for me, this is gonna be the shit right here. I'm more excited for this movie than Batman vs Superman, and even more than Deadpool. Yes.
Than Deadpool?
I have seen this trailer at least minimum 15 times. This trailer is fucking amazing.
Can you tell? Can you tell that I'm happy? Sorry for all the misdirection. Hey guys, welcome back to Jersey Boy Reviews. My name is Julian, and in the villains we trust. Today we're going to be going over Suicide Squad, and today I'm actually joined by my co-host. So Luis, go ahead and take over.
We just got home. We finished watching Suicide Squad, and we're going to get into it. We're going to go over a movie review, no spoilers. So we're just going to run through it real quick, our thoughts, our opinions of the movie. Stay tuned, because later on, probably by this weekend, we will have a full spoiler video.
Definitely, guys. So stay tuned, and just like Luis said, it's going to be a non-spoiler review. So we're going to be very vague, and I believe tomorrow we're going to shoot another one, and that one is going to be spoiler heavy. So stay tuned for that one. So let's dive right in. So Luis, tell me what did you like about the film?
Honestly, I was saying it to Jess on the car ride home. As soon as the movie started and we got to see those vibrant colors, that green and purple, when the movie started, I got goosebumps right away.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but the color scheme, it feels so cartoony. As soon as the movie starting, like it got me hooked. I was in there. As far as I'm concerned, man, that movie delivered. It was funny. It had a lot of action, and I feel like they touched on all the characters the way they were supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw some people actually complaining online that that some of the story for some reason didn't make sense, and I saw the movie and you saw the movie. You're right there next to me, and to me the movie flowed. I didn't see any problems. Like the only problems that I saw here and there was like some editing issues. Like Amanda Waller was walking, and then somehow she's already sitting down at the table. She already had a full course meal. She was almost done with it. So yeah. Other than some hard edits, like the movie pretty much flowed. The story was good, and I'm also seeing a lot of complaints about the introduction of the characters. How it was like super crammed, but like we're on a time constraint, and then the same thing happened in Guardians of the Galaxy. They introduced everybody's origins in like 3 sentences.
Yeah,
so I don't know what the issue was with that.
And in Guardians, you didn't really get everyone's origin anyway. I know. The only reason we're mentioning Guardians is because Suicide Squad was basically compared to Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy in terms of you're getting a team together in one movie. You're not putting them together over the course of 6-7 movies. But I mean, they didn't follow the same formula. But if anything, I feel like the character intros in Suicide Squad were way better than the character intros that we got back in Guardians of the Galaxy. You got Deadshot's story. You got Harley's story. They focus
everybody's story.
Yeah, you focus more on them too. You found out what's up with Katana and her sword. Boomerang, you got to see a nice little backstory on him. The only people you really didn't see much about was Slipknot.
And we're not gonna get into it, what happens, but yeah, that's really the only character that we don't get a backstory on, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Slipknot. So who cares about Slipknot anyway? So so what stood out to you?
What stood out to me was, honestly, I mean, for me, the storytelling was real good. Like you said, the movie flowed. And I know people were worried about the reshoots of after they had finished the movie because of the performance of Batman versus Superman. They did some reshoots, but whatever they reshot, I really couldn't tell you because it was put together really well. It wasn't over comedy. It wasn't over dark. This was the perfect movie. This was the movie that DC needed in order to say, like, you know, like, we're still here. This universe is going to get built no matter what.
Yeah, I definitely think people are just being like overly critical of the movie. Like you just mentioned, it definitely flowed well. Like, it does have some editing problems. Even if you guys have never edited a video, you guys will definitely see what we're talking about. There are some snippets here and there, but it's not enough to make the movie bad. And I don't know what this false sense of, like, people are saying that this narrative is just wrong. Things aren't making sense. Like, the movie was good for me. Yeah. What really stood out to me was Jai Courtney. Jai Courtney, really beloved character in this movie. You can't really say that a lot about Jai Courtney because he's not really the best actor. He was really good in Spartacus, so he was dope like that. I think he's best as an auxiliary character, like a secondary character. Don't put him in any main roles though. And Jared Leto's Joker. Let's talk about him real quick.
You know what? Again, me and Jess on the car ride home, I was telling her I loved his Joker. Like, you could tell that guy gave it all he had in that performance. But I think the script didn't do justice to his performance. And the only reason I say that is because there were certain parts of him where to me it felt like it was over-sexualized, and they could have toned down on it. And he didn't have to be so ridiculously cartoony at times.
Yeah.
But again, nothing against Jared Leto's performance. It was awesome, especially coming off of Heath Ledger's Joker, who everyone was like, "There's no way anyone's ever going to be able to top this." For like 20 years, he did a great job, but I think the script is what messed him up.
Yeah, they caught me off guard that he was so attached to Harley Quinn because he's not really like that. Like, all right, they do have a relationship, but it's like more at arm's length.
He's always been expendable.
Yeah, it's a relationship, but it's like at arm's length type of deal. So yeah, they're not really that.
To be fair, it's Margot Robbie. To be fair, so
Margot Robbie is you got to see the movie. It's it was pretty dope. So I've been reading a couple of articles now saying that David Ayer wanted to shoot his original cut, and for some reason that, as you mentioned before, that the studio wanted to do some reshoots, which is pretty much it's common in all movies. They all do reshoots. Star Wars does it. All the movies do it. Yeah. But supposedly we're now getting an ultimate cut of this movie. So what do you think about this ultimate cut now?
I mean, we always know that whenever a movie comes out, they always have to leave stuff for the Blu-ray, or else that's what gets people to go buy it. You want to see the extra footage. You want to see the extra stuff that was shot that you didn't see in the theatrical release. Mm-hmm. So it's nothing that worries me personally. Like, I'm not freaking out like, oh my God, what was all the stuff they cut out? I don't think it'll be another situation like Batman versus Superman, where the Ultimate Edition was so far better than the theatrical edition. Yeah. I think that the things that were taken out of the movie was due to time constraints. Mm-hmm. I mean, 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah,
that's a long time for a Suicide Squad movie, and
definitely a long time.
The movie was a lot of fun because it didn't feel like we were in there for 2 hours.
It didn't. It felt like we were there for like a good 20 minutes only.
Yeah, to me, it was super quick. When I saw like the climax of the film, I couldn't believe we were at the climax of the film.
Yeah,
that's how good the movie was to me. Where like I wanted to sit there, I wanted to see more. I wanted something else to happen where it was like, oh shit, okay, we're not done. We got to get back together. But,
this movie was also like super misleading. I thought we were at the climax of the movie like a couple times throughout the film. I was like, damn, this movie's ending already? Like, holy crap. When we were at the the airport scene, when they were all getting together, it seemed like it was ending at that time, even though they had just gotten together. I'm like, yo, what is going on here? Like, wait. Maybe that's one of those misunderstandings that people are having.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, what I was gonna say is, aside from what all the critics think and everything, I mean, there were some great performances in this movie, like you said before, where you wouldn't have expected them. Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang, he was fantastic, and it made me interested in seeing a solo Captain Boomerang movie. That was one.
Oh my God. I was so scared of watching Captain Boomerang because just Captain Boomerang to his essence is such a cheesy character, such a bad character. You're like, how is this guy even going to work out in this dark tone?
They've started fixing him up in the comic books. He's not even a full-on villain anymore. Just like they have him in Legends of Tomorrow, he's actually began moving into the role of hero, anti-hero. So It'll be interesting to see what they do. El Diablo, Jay Hernandez.
Yeah,
That was
I think that's gonna be everybody's favorite character when they get out of this movie, because
Yeah.
he did some things in this movie that I was not expecting.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people that left the movie theater, they were Googling El Diablo.
Yeah.
Like, how come I never really heard about him? Because he's not mainstream. He hasn't really been put out there if you weren't looking for him in the comics.
Yeah.
You already knew Will Smith, which, you know, back when we first saw the trailer, I remember I said my only worry about this movie is Will Smith and seeing him as Deadshot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat my words. Will Smith was an awesome Deadshot. He was great.
He definitely delivered in his role. His one-liners, because his movie role is pretty much 2 paragraphs, and they were all like one-liners, and they all hit. It was great.
Yeah. Like the leadership he took of the team. Basically, you knew it was coming from the trailers, but it didn't feel forced in the movie.
Yeah.
And him, Deadshot, and Rick Flag, they complemented each other so well.
Yeah.
You have this one guy who's America, true soldier by the books, and then you have this mercenary who you really think that's all he does through the movie. They say it a bunch of times. All you do is kill people for money, kill people for money.
Yeah, you're just a Boy Scout.
Yeah, and the two of them clashing together, at first I was like, damn, I hope it's not like this the whole entire movie, but I'm actually glad it kept going throughout the movie because, again, they complemented each other so well. They had great chemistry. The whole cast had great chemistry, man. I love Suicide Squad.
Yes.
It was the best DC movie that I've seen in a really, really long time.
So far, yeah, it is the best DC movie out right now. And a couple things that excuse me, that I wanted to see in the movie. I wanted to see a little bit more Katana, even though we do know her from the TV show, and I kind of wanted a little bit more of a backstory on her because I am that one person that I don't know too much about her. So I wanted to get a little bit more in depth with her and her character. I saw a lot of people complaining that there wasn't enough Joker. For me, that they are super nitpicking. Don't listen to these people. I think we get more than enough Joker in this film. He is put in all the right places, and the tale flows. So
and he served his purpose throughout the movie. He served his purpose. Within 20 minutes of the movie, you know what he's trying to do, or at least it felt like 20 minutes. I'm not even sure, but after a couple of his scenes, you know exactly what he's trying to do. So why would you want to see more of him? Like, he had to do. That's the problem. Sometimes when people review movies, I mean, maybe it's just because we're fans and we see it a different type of way than, you know, maybe the big Hollywood critics or something. Mm-hmm. But in reality, as a fan, as a comic book fan and stuff like that.
As a critic ourselves, pretty much.
And we're hard on some movies sometimes. Like, we nitpick the shit out of some movies, but I didn't want to see more of the Joker. I saw enough of the Joker that, especially with, we'll go into it when we do the full spoilers of the movie.
Yeah, stay tuned for this one, guys. We're going to have a full spoiler one tomorrow. We're being super vague right now, but
But after how everything ends with the Joker story in this movie, I'm dying to see what the hell happens next. Whether it's in a solo movie with Harley Quinn or whether it's in a Batman movie, I'm excited, and that's what a movie is supposed to do. You can't get everything in one shot because then what the hell are you gonna go for the next time it's around? So nitpicky, man. He was good.
He was used to perfection, pretty much.
Yeah, to perfection.
The theatrical cut. Let's call it the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
So what I've been reading is that this ultimate cut, the David Ayer cut, is gonna have more Joker. So I'm kind of worried about that because, I guess we're on the same page. He was used perfectly in the film. So getting more of Joker, do you think that's gonna pretty much hurt the experience now? Because I thought he was used perfectly in the movie. I don't think any more or any less would have been a little overkill.
I'm pretty sure that, again, we can't really say too much, but I'm pretty sure that whatever was cut out of the Joker's, whatever scenes of his that were cut out were most likely scenes that didn't necessarily have a big impact on the movie. Like maybe it was just him in a transport getting from one location to the other, and
Okay.
basically talking to a certain person and making them feel uncomfortable.
Or him walking down the street or something crazy like that.
Yeah, like him plotting, him making his plan for what he's gonna do next.
Okay.
That's what I think. I don't think it's anything crazy like, he bumps into Batman and then like they have a quick showdown or anything like that. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's not big story impact. For example, because we don't want to spoil it. For example, like in Batman versus Superman, the Ultimate Edition, when Clark Kent went to interview the lady and he spoke to the guy that was doing the scratch off.
Yeah.
It'll be something like that. Something where it's interesting to see, but it really doesn't impact the story as much.
Okay, so a throwaway piece, pretty much.
A throwaway piece, basically.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into things that we didn't like about the film. Damn, we can't really get into this too much.
One thing I didn't like is we were dying to know who Scott Eastwood was.
Yeah, Scott Eastwood.
We were both hoping that he was, and I guess technically this is a spoiler. He is not. At least it wasn't confirmed that he was. Throughout the whole movie, I was waiting to see him lose an eye. I was waiting to see him get shot, stabbed.
Yeah.
Explosion in the eye, and I don't know. I mean,
it was masterfully done because they did not mention his name until
the
last possible second. That's when they mentioned his name. So they just mentioned him pretty much like, hey, go over here, or hey, do that. So he was pretty much nameless throughout the entire film.
Yeah, I felt I was teased. I felt like I was being teased.
It was teased hard the entire movie.
But
so yeah, for me, there was just one character that I wanted to see. Luis alluded to it right now. And he was just the one person that if I had seen him, you would have had to call an ambulance for me. Cause me seeing on the silver screen would have been so epic. It would have blown my mind. I would have had, you would have had to call an ambulance for me. And a little bit more Katana, but other than that, I'm nitpicking. We're gonna have it's not confirmed yet, but we know we're gonna have a Suicide Squad 2. So I'm always hopeful to see a little bit more in the next one. So how about you, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Next one should be rated R. I feel like this movie's gonna do what Batman versus Superman should have done. It spread its seeds out throughout the DC cinematic universe.
Yeah.
And it was a good movie. I'm looking forward to what happens next.
Yeah.
As far as this was the right tone. It doesn't have to be all about comedy. It doesn't have to be all kid friendly, but you have to know how to balance the two if you want a successful movie, and that's what we got from this movie. I recommend everybody go see it. We just saw it 9:00 Eastern time. I am going to be seeing it again tomorrow morning. So by the time we do the spoiler full review, I would have seen the movie 2 to 3 times.
Same goes for me. I'm going to try and watch the movie again tonight. And yeah, so guys, stay tuned for our spoiler review. That's pretty much it for now.
Yeah, go watch Suicide Squad. Go watch it, and then come back, check out our full spoiler review, and let us know what you guys thought about the movie.
So let's rate this movie real quick before we chime out. So from 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this movie, just because I didn't see my one character there, I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
8.5. I feel like I'm usually harder on the movies.
Yeah.
I guess we switched roles. Despite not seeing the Terminator, I will have to give this movie a 9. Oh yeah, man, I have to give it a 9. I mean,
solid 9. Wow, that's pretty high.
Yeah, man, it was real good. I ranked this of the year. This is my 3rd favorite comic book movie.
Okay.
And it was Deadpool, Civil War, and Suicide Squad, which isn't really fair because Captain America has had enough movies to lay down the background, but
yeah,
Suicide Squad's up there. It was very, very entertaining, man. I loved it.
Yeah, so for me, guys, this movie definitely delivered. Definitely go out and see it. I've been waiting for this movie since it was announced. I'm gonna put up. Yeah, I've been waiting for this movie for a very long time. So it definitely delivered. Don't listen to those other critics that are being overly critical of the film, and they're just nitpicking. It's definitely a fun time. It's a good time. I wouldn't take the kids to go see it, but it's definitely right and hits on all cylinders.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man. Just because a critic thinks the movie isn't good or doesn't live up to their standards, go out there, check it out for yourself.
Experience it for yourself. Yeah.
Don't always go by what other people say. Even now, we're saying we love the movie. Maybe you didn't love the movie, but you have to see it for yourself, and then that's how you get it out there. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for that full spoiler review. It will be up in 1 or 2 days, and let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, so if you guys liked our reaction, if you guys have anything you guys want us to react to, let us know in the comments section below. Tell us if you like the movie, if you've seen it already. So if you've seen it already, please put spoiler review on your tagline. So let's not ruin the film for anybody else. So if you guys have anything you want us to add, let us know. We'll catch you on the next video.
I will fulfill our destiny. Nothing will stand in our way.